Good Sunday evening, everybody. My name is Mr. G. I'm a student meteorologist here, and I have a weather forecast for you guys. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend and holiday, and I hope everything is wrapping up for you good. And I'm gonna let you know what the weather is going to be like across the country, and as you get ready to go to work tomorrow and back to school. So as we get back to business, we got one more month to go before the Christmas holiday starts. So our weather forecast is as follows. Our city of the day is going to be Cleveland, Ohio, where we have a sort of a lake effect rain/snow taking place right now. We have temperatures in the mid 40s out there across northern Ohio with that lake effect precipitation. We have that rain falling right now. That rain is going to switch over the snow late tonight. So by the time you wake up in the morning to go to said work and school, you're going to be dealing with that snow right there along Lake Erie. So we're going to be seeing that lake effect snow in full effect tomorrow. So again, something to look out for and to get prepared for. So let's move on with the rest of the weather forecast as we talk about what we're going to be seeing as far as tomorrow is concerned. And our first map we're going to get to right now is going to be the current conditions across America. And as you can see here, we are looking at a lot of snow here across the Great Lakes area. So Michigan is just inundated right now with some heavy snow, as well as into southern Ontario, Canada, where we're looking at that heavy snow. And we're seeing snow all the way through eastern Wisconsin, northeastern Illinois, northern Indiana, northwestern Ohio there, right there at the boot of Michigan. We're going to be seeing that snow, and that is due to a storm system that's working its way across the Great Lakes. This area of low pressure right here is making its way across the Great Lakes, and that's spreading a lot of snow, and we're going to see a lake effect enhancement of that snow as well. So we're going to see a few snow showers here across western Wisconsin and eastern Minnesota, as we have a secondary trough and cold front where we have an area of low pressure up here in Canada with an extended cold front, as you can see, dropping across the Central Plains, and it's moisture starved, but this Alberta Clipper system is going to be dropping some scattered snow showers across the upper Midwest tonight, and that's going to work its way out of the area tonight. So again, a lot of precipitation here along the mid-Atlantic states, where we have another area of low pressure right along the East Coast, and that's going to spread rain showers from the mid-Atlantic states. We're talking New Jersey, eastern Pennsylvania here, Virginia, and Maryland. We're seeing those rain showers, and then more showers and thunderstorms down in the southeast. So South Carolina, Georgia, eastern Mississippi, and North Florida, we're seeing those showers and thunderstorms. A secondary low pressure out over in the northeastern Gulf of Mexico is going to enhance some of the rainfall rates down there in Florida. So we're seeing heavy rain across maybe areas like Tampa and Orlando. We're seeing some heavy rain showers and thunderstorms. Dry weather over the western two-thirds of the country. A few snowflakes up there in the extreme northern Montana along the Canadian border. Saskatchewan and Manitoba. We're seeing Alberta. We're seeing a few snow flurries up there. But for the most part, the western United States is dry, but it's cold there as well. But at least right now, you are having dry weather. Our next map here is to look at the temperatures across the lower 48. You can see those temperatures there in the 30s and 40s in the northeast. So 34 up in the northern Maine there, but we're seeing those 40s throughout much of the northeast. We're going to start to see some upper 40s along the mid-Atlantic and the southeast, some 50s along the western side of the The Smoky Mountains here, the Appalachian Mountains, you're going to see a few 50s in that area, and we're seeing 50s down into the deep south and 50s and 60s along the Gulf Coast. Now, South Florida is the nation's warm spot with temperatures in the 70s from Tampa, 79 down in Miami. So that's the warm spot right now. And you can see those 50s into Texas and those 30s and 20s all the way up into the upper Midwest and the northern plains, where we're looking at 19 degrees here in Embarrass, Minnesota, 17 degrees over North Dakota. This is Bismarck, North Dakota, and we are seeing a temperature of 17 degrees. So temperatures in the teens across parts of the northern plains, and we're also seeing those temperatures in the 20s over the northern Rockies, and we're looking at teens to 20s over the central and a little bit warmer over the southern Rockies into New Mexico, the Mogollon Rim of Arizona, temperatures in the 30s. Nice out in the West Coast. LA, temperatures in the mid 60s right now. 50s in the Central Valley, 50s in the Bay Area, but we're seeing those temperatures in the 40s up in the Pacific Northwest. So Seattle and Portland are enjoying temperatures in the mid 40s to upper 40s. So that's a look at the temperatures across America. And now, one of the features that we're going to be talking about today is the lake effect snow. Lots of lake effect snow in the Great Lakes. If you are in Michigan, so western Michigan, Traverse City, down to Kalamazoo, Gaylord, lots of lake effect snow. Lake effect snow in the upper peninsula of Michigan, Houghton, Sault Ste. Marie, Marquette is going to be seeing lots of lake effect snow. A little bit of lake effect snow in northern Wisconsin. Superior could pick up some snow showers for off the lake there. And we're going to see that heavy snow over Ontario, Canada. And we're seeing snow over upstate New York. So Syracuse down to Buffalo, we're going to be seeing that lake effect snow. Typically, Buffalo is typically one of the hardest areas hit with lake effect snow. And we're certainly seeing that lake effect snow this evening. So a lot of wintry weather across the Great Lakes and the upper Midwest tonight. And that's going to create localized events of 1 to 3 inch snowfall rates per hour. And we're also going to see whiteout conditions that could lead to power outages and definitely some hazardous travel conditions on the highways and some airport delays as well. If some of you are trying to get home tonight, you're going to be dealing with those traffic and weather delays. So now let's take a look at what we're going to be seeing. Let's go. Am I skipping? Yep. All right. So next map here, we're going to talk about the winds. It's going to be windy in the Great Lakes and the Northeast as well. We're going to see winds 30 to 40 miles per hour for the most part. These winds are going to be coming from the west, northwest. This is going to have a bite to it. Wind chill. There's going to be wind chills that's going to make it feel like it's in the teens to lower 20s. So that's not going to be pleasant. Bundle up. Make sure that you protect your skin from frostbite, because it could take like 10 minutes to start to get damage from frostbite. So we're going to see those winds 30 to 40 miles an hour for the most part. But areas where we're going to see the heavier lake effect snow, like around Buffalo, Cleveland, Syracuse, we're going to see that snow up in Niagara Falls. We're going to see that snow 40, those that not the snow, but the winds, 40 to 50 miles an hour. So it's going to make it whiteout conditions. And we're going to see those strong winds over western Michigan, Grand Rapids, over through Traverse City and Kalamazoo. And we're going to see those 40 to 50 mile an hour winds over the northern peninsula of Michigan. That is also going to be leading to whiteout conditions over Sault Ste. Marie and Marquette. So again, not very pleasant out there. My apologies for that. So blowing decorations, localized damage, things getting blown down, travel disruptions, and we're going to see some winds potentially up to 65 miles per hour. So lots of strong winds out there as well. Now, as we take a look at what we're going to see as far as the coastal storm is concerned, there is a storm tonight working its way up the eastern seaboard. Much like a nor'easter, we're going to see northeasterly winds coming onshore off of the Atlantic. So that's going to be making some windy conditions as well. Heavy rain from Bangor, Portland, Boston, down to New York City, Washington as well, Baltimore. We're going to see that heavy rain all the way down to through Virginia. So Fairfax, Arlington, we're going to see that heavy rain as well. A wintry mix over the interior. Burlington, Vermont, Buffalo, again, that lake effect snow. Pittsburgh, going to see rain changing over to snow later tonight, early tomorrow. So you're going to see that lake effect as well. Detroit is going to see heavy snow later tonight, but not from the lake effect, but because of our storm, we're going to see heavy snow over Ontario, Canada. So all the way down to Toronto, Montreal, and Detroit, we're going to see that heavy snow over Michigan and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Now, this snowfall will be enhanced by the lake effect. So, again, not very pleasant to work with tonight. So, for your day on Monday, as we see our area flow pressure work its way up into the northeast there, further towards Maine. Nova Scotia's right here in Canada. So we're going to see that rain continue over Portland and northeastern Maine. We're going to see a rain and snow mix. And we're going to see all snow over the interior. So the St. Lawrence River Valley here and into Quebec, Ontario, we're going to see all snow. And we're going to see all snow over western New York, western Pennsylvania, so Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Detroit, Columbus, Cleveland, Cincinnati. You guys are going to deal with all snow and cold and blustery. Going to be bitter cold, blustery, and windy conditions. Winds up to 50 miles an hour, so a very strong wind. So a very nasty, raw day is in store for your Monday in the Northeast and the Great Lakes. So be prepared for that and take precautions to stay warm and stay dry. Snowfall totals from Sunday night into Monday. We're going to see anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of snow in the light gray. The darker gray is going to be 3 to 6 inches of snow. And in the dark blue, we're going to see up to 12 inches of snow. Some areas can see isolated amounts as high as 18. Now, this is not lake effect snow. This is our snowstorm that's working its way up the Atlantic coast. So we're going to see heavier snow over the Adirondack mountain range here and through Maine, Vermont. We're going to see that heavier snow. But again, we're going to see heavy snow down through Vermont and upstate New York through the Catskills as well. So again, if you're vacationing, snowing, skiing, or anything, winter vacationing or skiing or anything like that, be prepared to see heavy amounts of snow in these portions of the Northeast over the interior. So Tuesday, it's going to feel like midwinter. That cold. It's going to be that cold. It's going to feel like midwinter out there. So a midwinter cold is going to be in store where those temperatures and wind chills are going to feel like negative 10 to 0 degrees. And some areas is going to see those wind chills feeling like it is 0 to 10. So let's go through this. So if you look at where this area is going to be the warmest, the lighter the shade, the warmer it's going to be. It's going to feel like it's 20 to 30 degrees in this area. But this is where the real cold is going to be. Wisconsin, Green Bay, Milwaukee, Chicago. That's where it's going to really be bitter come Tuesday morning. So Tuesday, when you go to school, go to work, it's going to be cold as hell. It's going to feel like it's 0 to 10 degrees above zero. Some areas like western Michigan here, Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, Miles City, it's going to feel like negative 10 to 0. So in this area, going to feel like negative 10 to 0. So it's going to be really cold. It's going to feel like freaking February out there. It's not going to be really pleasant for you guys. Again, the pattern for next week in the Northeast. So we're not going to see much of a change in the weather pattern, unfortunately. Another storm system is going to work its way through about midweek or so. Another area of low pressure is going to slide across Quebec into Ontario, Canada, and that's going to work its way over the Great Lakes. So we're going to see more snow, more wind, more bitter cold again in the Northeast as we work our way through the middle part of the week. So more persistent cold air and opportunities for quick hitting snow. The nice thing about this pattern is that we don't have much blocking in place. So most of the storm systems are able to move through rather quickly. We have what's called a progressive pattern. So that's the good news. But still, it's going to be windy and bitterly cold and frequent bouts of on again and off again snow, some of which could be heavy at times. So Monday, here's a look at the national map for the U.S. and we're going to see a bit chilly air all over the country. For the most part, it's going to be cold out there for a lot of folks. Going to be chilly here across the center of the nation. The central southern plains, parts of the mid-south, the parts of the Rockies as well. We're going to see chilly air, nice weather in the west coast. So dry for the northwest, dry for California, dry for Southern California, but a little bit cool for you folks, but not as going to be a bit colder here over the interior of the country. Cold up in the north. So along the Canadian border, states Minnesota, the Dakotas, Wisconsin, Michigan, that's going to be really cold. Up into upstate New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, still more snow from our second storm working its way through the middle of the week. We're going to see more snow up in the northeast. Oh, excuse me, I'm just burping. And the Great Lakes area. So another shot of snow, and a reinforcing shot of that cold and blustery air that's going to absolutely be miserable. Now, on the flip side to the cold in the north, where we see a little bit warmer air, a little bit of tropical moisture off of the Gulf of Mexico, and a mid-latitude storm that's going to be moving northeast out of the southern plains along the Appalachian Mountain Range. And that storm system is going to head toward the eastern Great Lakes and the St. Lawrence River Valley. It's going to take a more inland track toward the northeast. But that storm is going to spread rain and thunderstorms. And there is a slight risk for some severe thunderstorms across Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, Missouri, and Louisiana, especially where we could see some severe weather like we did last week. So a severe thunderstorm risk, and we're going to see beneficial rainfall for much of the South that's been experiencing a drought. So much needed drought relief, but there is the risk of some severe thunderstorms as well as we move through the latter half of the week, when that storm system with the strong jet stream going to pull up that strong southwesterly flow, so we can see some wind shear, and that could mean a tornado threat in this region right in here. We could see that potential for a tornado. So we're going to monitor that progress, monitor that through the week, see how that develops, and I'll keep you updated on what's going on with that. So thank you for watching me today. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. My name is Mr. G, your meteorologist here, and I will see you guys all tomorrow in the next video. Bye-bye.